All I know is when having a relationship or having sex, you stay away from people related to you. Never happened, right? But when you want to buy a dog, it's inbreeding.
If you lost your junk in an accident or otherwise, you would not want to continue to live. They're going to analyze my skepticism and sarcasm and your anger and aggression also.
I'm not angry. What do I have to be angry about? Okay, what if you could fly from here to Italy in an hour? This is a trick that I did as well. If you put the link to any of the YouTube videos to the Tiananmen Square Massacre, like embed it as a hidden link within the actual code of the website, it would have the website blacklisted by the Chinese firewall, so you don't ever have to worry about Chinese people trying to hack or attack your website. Welcome back to the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast 1 year anniversary celebration week, Nona.
Woohoo!
I'm Andrew. I already said her name. We are
Whoop,
your hosts. We are your hosts of this grand show. This grand mall seizure.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
Welcome back. Welcome. Today we are talking about some stuff that's in the news, including Mr. Diddy, Mr. Sean Combs, Mr. Puffy, Mr. Puff Daddy. What else has he gone by? Puffy?
Didn't he try to rebrand as Love or something like that?
He's gone by his real name, obviously, Sean Combs.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone by Puff Daddy, P. Diddy,
Mm-hmm.
Diddy, Puffy. I believe there's one more. Like another variation of those somewhere in there. Who knows? Anyways, Diddy parties. Apparently that's still a big, everyone's still got that topic trending. There was actually, who was just arrested? Somebody was arrested. Oh, somebody in Hawaii. They're a government official that's worked in the government in like 4 different states or 4 different capacities and has deep connections with Diddy.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
What was that?
I thought it was Maui police chief.
I didn't think it was the chief. Was it?
I'll do a quick Google.
Do that quick Google, Nona.
Okay.
While Nona's Googling her Diddy. Or Diddying Google. You got it? I wasn't going to talk, but...
Maui chief, deeply disappointed. Maui police chief says allegations are false, that he was named in a lawsuit. Maui police... Yeah, it was Maui police chief. I was correct.
So if you guys didn't know that, that's the thing.
And it just came out like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
For us on time of recording.
No, it's been like a week.
Oh, all those were from 2 days ago.
So, Nona.
Yes, Andrew.
Have you heard the new song? Where's the name of it again? Wait, where'd it go?
By your favorite buddy, Mr. Kanye.
Lonely Roads Still Go to Sunshine.
No, I haven't. But did you see the correspondence between Ye or Kanye and Kim?
You were telling me about it, but no, I haven't actually seen it.
Okay, so he put out a post. Kim is the sole and exclusive owner of all trademarks regarding Northwest's name, including Northwest Mark. Ye's use of North's name, likeness, and trademark in connection with this recording is not only a violation of parties' 2022 stipulation judgment, as the parties share joint legal custody, but also an infringement under state and federal laws. Kim does not believe that participation in this project is in North's best interest and asked. So he also then posted a screenshot of their text correspondence.
We'll put that on the screen, maybe.
Yeah.
Will I?
And this is to Kim K from Kanye. He screenshotted regarding the infringement from 2022. And he wrote her, "I'm never speaking with you again." Her response, I asked you at the time if I can trademark her name. You said yes. When she's 18, it goes to her. So stop. I sent paperwork over so she wouldn't be in the Diddy song to protect her. Okay. In this instance, I'm on Kim's side. I'm not necessarily a Kim fan, but in this instance, I am on Kim's side.
But she's already
one
recorded.
person is needed for the trademark. That's it. We agreed when they were born, I would get all of our kids' names trademarked so no one else would take them. His response, amend it or I'm going to war. And neither of us will recover from the public fallout. You're going to have to kill me. That was how he ended the text thread.
See, but he's not using her name. She's performing.
It includes likeness, so her physically being in it. So her name, likeness, and all trademarks in connection with the recording.
That's going to be tough.
I don't know. It's in her best interest to not be associated in any way to Diddy. So on this instance, I'm on Kim's side to protect her child.
I'm sure, but I also don't know that what she has trademarked is enforceable on her daughter's voice, which could be mixed and tuned. And
I am sure they will battle it out in court and spend lots of money on very high paying attorneys. And so we will have to see what comes of it.
So on Saturday, amid a long string of now familiar hateful social media posts, he dropped a new song that he claims features Combs, Diddy himself, along with his son Christian King Combs, West's 11-year-old daughter North, and singer Jasmine Williams, who apparently is somebody that he signed to his label. The track title, Lonely Road, Still Go to Sunshine. And one of the headlines that I read didn't say that Diddy was in the song. It said that he wrote the song. So it seems like there's a lot of variations of the story going around.
Mm-hmm.
I would, unless they're using something like an AI model to recreate his voice, I don't know how they would. They're not taking recording equipment into the prison, I don't think. I mean, they could probably record a conversation with him on a phone, or a little. I don't know what they'll allow in there.
Right, I don't know.
And I don't know what visitors.
Did you listen
are
to the song?
I did.
Okay, so please share with us because I did not know that he had released the song at all. Because as far as I know, that goes against what he is allowed to do.
How's the saying go? Regarding asking for permission versus asking for forgiveness. It's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. It's probably like what he's going by on this.
No, I think he just gives zero fucks in life.
But I'm saying he didn't care to ask for permission because why would he when he can? It's going to go to court no matter what. Or as he said,
you're going to have to kill me.
Plus, the project is already done, so it's not like, hey, can I do this?
Right,
it's, hey, I did this.
Tell us what the song is about.
I don't know. It's incomprehensible to me.
That was your takeaway?
Yeah, I couldn't follow along. It was a bunch of noise, sound.
Okay.
That was my takeaway. Is that
okay?
Like a desperation play. I don't know.
Yeah. Womp, womp, womp.
I want to see.
All of that for nothing? That was your takeaway?
I want to see if I can find Lonely Road Still Goes Sunshine lyrics. Let me highlight this. Never mind. I'll just open this up. Lonely Roads. Autocomplete is already filling it in. All I typed is Lonely ROA. Lonely Road Still Goes Sunshine featuring Kanye West featuring. It's on a YouTube channel called Afro Vibes.
Okay.
Oh wait, it's on multiple channels. That's somebody that's ripped it. Your Visual Drug posted 21 hours ago. Halfrican Hammer posted it 20 hours ago. Harry Armadillo Productions posted it 21 hours ago.
Harry Armadillo.
These are YouTube channel names that I'm reading off.
That's a very interesting visual idea. A hairy armadillo.
So a lot of times they'll have like lyric videos.
Okay.
But I don't see it. Okay. Let me go back and just type in lyrics. Lyrics. When was the screenshot? Like, is there a timestamp on that? Do you know what day it was?
I do not. No.
All right. So there are already lyrics 21 hours ago.
Okay.
Intro, Diddy, Kanye West and Northwest. Okay, good night. Yeah. I just want to thank you so much for taking care of my kids, man. Ain't nobody reach out to me. Ain't nobody call me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nobody. So it sounds like this is Diddy talking about Kanye taking care of his kids while he's in prison. Nobody's reaching out to him. Nobody cares about him, which is true. Nobody should care about you. You're kind of a dirtbag.
Or possibly one of the biggest dirtbags.
Yeah.
They're equating him to Epstein.
Yeah. Demonetized. That's why I said the list.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not talking about the one that sewer slided YouTube. We're talking about a completely different guy. People have similar last names. There are even people that have my last name that I've never met that are extended family members that are on TV shows about fishing. Right?
No, it's not about fishing, Andrew.
It's about fishing.
Below Deck is not about fishing.
It's about fishing.
For anybody who watches Bravo, you guys know what Below Deck is.
No, that's what do you call it? So it'd be my grandpa's sister's grandson. What would that make him to me?
No idea.
His name is Chase Lemacks, if you guys want to look him up.
Okay. And he's a stew, or what is he?
I don't know. I've never watched any of this nonsense.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was fishing.
No, yeah, it's not about fishing. It's just rich people chartering a very expensive yacht for about 3 days.
Oh.
That's the extent of the show.
I don't know anything about it other than that.
Yeah.
Is that when on a search, so there's full name, like I have emails that come through when Andrew Lemacks, Drew Lemacks, Lemacks Media, anything else like that pop up. So periodically, the word media will be in the same publication with his name in it.
Gotcha.
So it'll say Chase Lemacks, blah, 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 social media or something like that.
Gotcha.
And so it'll send me an email about it. So if you guys have ever watched it, let me know. What's he like? Because I have no idea. Never met him. Don't
and what his position is.
Yeah. I don't know anything about it.
And who his captain is, because there's different captains.
You know, you actually seem to know a lot about this. Do you know what he's like?
I've never seen.
But you know what channel it's on.
Fake cousin or whatever.
Well, okay, but did you answer that? What would that be to me?
Yeah, I already said I don't know. You already lost me. Like you said, your grandpa's sister's what?
It's my dad's dad.
Okay.
His sister's grandson.
It's like some sort of second cousin.
Okay. I don't know how that family tree stuff works. All I know is when having a relationship or having sex, you stay away from people related to you.
Damn.
That's all that matters to me.
Did you know that's a question that they ask every pregnant woman? Is there a possibility that your partner is related to you?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I was actually thinking about this the other day. It's so funny that in human culture, it's like taboo. Can never happen, right? But when you want to buy a dog, it's inbreeding.
But then you also see all the problems. You see the problems that come with that aggressive inbreeding, just like you would see if you were to procreate with your first cousin.
But what I'm saying is it's big business to do the opposite for other animals. For humans, you're like, stay away, gross. And then you're like, but I can make money off of it if it's dogs and pigs and horses.
Which I guess that's part of what has always grossed me out.
They also do that, plants too. That's how we've reached the point where we have like corn and everything like that we have now. You know, they take the best plants and they continue to pollinate and pollinate and pollinate until they find the exact species that they want, and then they continue that forever. As far as so, there's that place, that underground storage place has like the seeds and DNA and everything,
Right.
and like that's what they want. But then for everything else, human related, they're like, no, bad.
Why does it sound like you're saying that in a bad way?
I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying what in the world could potentially be going through these people?
What in the world would potentially be going through your head if you were looking at your first cousin? Ew, gross, stay away, I would hope.
But why don't they think that about plants and dogs is what I'm asking.
Dude, I don't know.
They should think that way about plants and dogs and horses. But no, they're like, no, I have to have my, what was the person called that sells horse cum? We watched the episode of that show about it. They had a name for it. Like the broker had like a special name.
I don't know.
If you guys know what we're talking about.
Semen broker.
Yeah. If you know what we're talking about, comment below.
But that's like a stud fee, and that they're not related. They can like ship it from
a lot of times they are.
They can ship it from like farm to farm, and they have no relation. It's just you're paying a high dollar for somebody who's had good races.
I don't know.
Dogs, yes, you see it. You see dogs from the same litter procreating, and they're AKC certified, blah blah blah. I'm like, gross. That was a sister and brother. Is all I hear.
Yeah.
So that's why we have really special dogs, because they were all rescues and they were special.
So
I'm not necessarily saying that's
hurting
better.
our argument.
Right. I'm not saying it's necessarily better, but.
Are you going to listen to the song after this episode's over?
No, why would I waste my time?
No. Anyways, moving on. St. Patrick's Day just passed. Apparently people are arguing on the internet about Patty versus Patty.
Okay, what?
Yeah, because it is St. Patty, 2 Ds.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
I figured you would have known that.
No.
Yeah.
Why would I have known that?
I don't know, because you're into like the...
I thought it was Patrick.
It is, but the shortening is Paddy.
Which I thought would be with a T, not a D. I've never heard that.
No.
I've never heard that. I'm not going to argue with somebody about that, but I've never heard that.
Nona doesn't like potatoes. Just kidding.
Okay.
This is the potato famine. It's a joke.
Okay.
Okay. Very punny. Just kidding.
Okay.
That was it. The day is come and gone for you guys, not for us yet. We're time travelers.
We're not doing anything for St. Patrick's Day though.
Well, it's a Monday. So everyone did everything either this weekend or next weekend. Actually, and I think I took the screenshot of it. If I did, I'll put it up. If I didn't, I'll try and find it and I'll put it up.
Okay.
If I don't put it up, it's because I forgot or because I didn't find it. But Greg shared, so the Chicago River, they dye it green every year. He made a post. He's like, breaking news or warning or something like that. For anybody in the Chicago area, stay away from the Chicago River. There's toxic green sludge currently. They're trying to decontaminate. It's like, this is the news everyone wants to hear.
Doesn't Savannah dye theirs green too? I don't know. They're huge for St. Patrick's Day.
Chicago's huge for it because that's like the whole culture there.
Those are the two cities I think of.
Yeah.
Savannah, Georgia, and Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can't think of another city that actually celebrates St. Patrick's Day in that way.
South Bend.
Really?
Yeah. That's Notre Dame's mascot is the Fighting Irish.
Okay. What do they do each year?
Same thing to the North Race or the East Race. East Race? Yeah, they dyed the St. Joe River green too. But that's not, so like the Chicago River is a navigable river. You can take a boat in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That part of the St. Joe River is for like kayak racing only. It's very, very fast. You can't get a boat in there. It's also shallow. There's also lots of obstacles and And it's right downtown. So,
Okay.
and the St. Joe River is also a dirty river. Highly polluted because all the factories back in the day.
So it was already basically green. Got it.
Studebaker, it was brown, still is brown.
Gross.
Studebaker, Uniroyal, Hoosier Tire,
Lovely.
et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
Actually, they imploded the Uniroyal building. That was like the coolest thing I'd seen when I was a kid.
Hmm.
You know, do they do the controlled implosion of a building? I drove you past the park where the building used to exist. It's
I thought
still,
we were talking about relevant topics.
yeah, we are.
Okay.
Talking about dyeing rivers green for St. Patty's Day.
Okay. So what's our next relevant topic, Andrew?
Our next relevant topic is that Starbucks just settled, or I guess it wasn't settlement, it was he won the lawsuit, right?
I don't know. Over spilled hot tea.
Yeah. And they said delivery driver. By delivery, was it like an Uber driver who was taking somebody's order, or was it like FedEx? You don't know?
You're the one who wanted to talk about this,
Right.
and you don't even know what it's about.
I pulled it up and I read it, and it said that it was unsecured. So what they said is those little paper cardboard cartons were the drink carriers. They didn't fully push one of them in, so it spilled onto this guy. And they said
Third degree burns on his penis, groin, and inner thighs.
that the terminology that they used was that it
Multiple skin grafts needed.
mangled his genitalia.
Oh, wow. So he's not able to do anything with his junk. So that's a lifetime payout then, because it's diminished lifestyle after. Right?
So apparently 3 of the jurors
I
dissented.
don't know. You wanted to talk about this. I knew nothing about this.
3 of the jurors dissented and actually wanted a higher payout. They wanted $125 million for him. I don't even know what was asked.
I mean, you have said, and okay, if we're not already demonetized, and we're probably about to, but you've already said that if you lost your junk
It's
in
sewer slide. Say
if
it
you
correctly.
lost your junk in an accident or otherwise, you would not want to continue to live.
Right.
So yeah, he should get the highest possible payout possible.
You know those people that jump through the window? Like that would probably be me in that moment. That pain would not stop me from jumping through the window if that happened. The drive-through window I'm speaking of.
Yeah, I was wondering what window you were talking about.
Yeah. If that happened to me,
So you would go into Starbucks
yeah.
and attack the barista?
Oh yeah.
So then you would have charges against you?
Oh well.
How does that make it any better?
Because you could rule temporary or
But
clean.
you now look insane. You now are not a good candidate for a high payout because, oh, well, look at how he reacts.
No, it's temporary insanity. You did harm to me. That's how it works.
I guess you and I are very different.
You would just sit there and take it. You would just be like, oh.
So that quite literally has happened to me when we were first together. He poured an entire hot mug of tea on me by accident.
I did not pour it on you.
By accident.
No.
When
No. Say it correctly because I did not pour it on
I'm
you.
about to.
Say it correctly.
We were laying on the couch together and I was holding it like this. And he knocked my elbow here and it poured all down my side.
I did not pour it on
Right.
her.
I was.
No, but it matters. You made it sound like I assaulted you with hot water.
Okay. I was getting to it. Okay. So it was an accident. And I laid there and I took it. And then I got up and I took care of myself. He didn't even know that it got on me. He thought that it just got on the couch or the blanket or whatever because I didn't make a single noise. And I just held my breath and I walked as fast as I could to the bathroom to take care of my, I don't even know what degree burns it was at.
Well,
I was already welting and I'm okay now, 5 years later.
Yeah, it was superficial. You would still have scars from it if it was anything more.
But it was very painful. And so I can say that, yes, I probably would sit there and take it. I would not climb through the Starbucks window.
Okay.
Because if I laid there and took it on the couch that night, then why would I do anything different for a complete stranger?
Because what I did was bump into you. What they did was not do their job correctly. It'd be like,
wasn't there video footage of the pass, and it was accidental. It was not.
they didn't secure it in the carton. There's no such thing as an accident. Not doing your job correctly, being negligent is not an accident. It's negligent.
Okay.
Right.
So wait, you're saying you didn't accidentally knock my elbow? There's no such thing as an accident. You just said that.
I wasn't holding the cup. I wasn't. If somebody bumps into you.
There are accidents in life. So you can't have it both ways then.
I didn't do anything to you. It's not an accident. I was attempting to sit down or lay down, and you were holding it in such a way you could have moved it.
You were already sitting.
Okay. I don't remember the exact position. I'm just saying that there's always something that could have been done differently.
Right. You could have not moved.
No.
That we were both in our position. We were getting ready to watch a show together, and you decided to move, and that knocked my elbow.
Okay, but if I didn't know it was there.
You did know it was there.
Obviously I didn't, otherwise I wouldn't have moved.
You just didn't know that I didn't have a firm grasp on it.
Okay.
But okay.
Okay. So
there are accidents in life.
the last couple pieces to this, we're already at 26 minutes. And make sure if we haven't, it goes on even if we surpass 5,000 subscribers, but make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. Check the rules to our 5,000 subscriber giveaway, which will be in the pinned comment on YouTube. It's also in the post tab on our YouTube channel. And the rules and everything, it'll take you to the website if you want to read what the full rules are. I'm not going to spell them out here because legal mumbo jumbo. But get on that. Like, subscribe, comment, be a fan, be a friend. We actually created a new fan.
Oh, yeah? You're going to shout him out?
Yeah.
Okay, shout him out.
Oh, he did say that. So he follows us on Instagram or Facebook or maybe both.
Okay.
And he asked that we didn't post his picture real name. I was like, I wouldn't do that anyways. I mean, it's one thing if you're talking about a public figure, but I'm not going to go around and grab everybody's social media accounts and post their pictures. Especially people who don't use real names and stuff. I'm not going to be like, this is the person that likes us or whatever, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you, Womp Womp Loser 02, right?
Oh, that's who you're shouting out?
Yeah, because he was upset at us at first.
I thought you were going to shout out the other person.
What do you mean other person?
The one who donated to you in your live.
Oh.
That's who I thought you were shouting out.
I said we made a fan out of somebody who didn't like us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
One Tech Tundra, so you're talking about. I think his name's Alan. Something like that. Yeah. So thank you for the donations in the live last week during the Clever thing. Which, by the way, when you're watching this this morning, if you're watching it before 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, we will be doing it again today.
Oh, really? Again?
Because,
and maybe he'll actually show up to this one?
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, what's the repercussion?
That's a good question. I mean, it would be failure to appear.
Right.
And he would be in contempt of court, so there would be an order issued for his arrest.
Right.
But this is the second time in a different case in a different court with a different judge that it's happened in the last 30 days. So
not a good look.
No. First time he supposedly had surgery for his failure to comply with his plea in abeyance. And now failure to appear for the initial hearing for his criminal charges for completely separate case.
Right. And you said the lawyers were in good communication with him, but then the text messages were going from blue to green as if they had been like blocked or phone turned off or something.
So their words were that they had been in good communication with him up until that point, but in their system.
Right. It was the wrong phone number.
Which implies that it's an automated update, like you have an appointment on this day, like a doctor's office would do.
But if you're paying 6 attorneys, they would all 6 of them say, hey, get your ass to court on Thursday.
Right.
Or what? It was a phone call, right? Or Zoom in or something.
Yep.
Wasn't even in person.
Yep.
Okay. Be on time at your computer.
Yep. And the day prior, he had posted a video of him feeding goats. So it's not like he didn't have the means or, an internet connection.
Is that normal content for him?
No. He was talking about a protester that was arrested, but he was like,
I don't know. I don't know this guy. I only know what you've told me, but you had me listen to that video that he put out and him equating himself to Jesus and then feeding goats. I feel like there's something going on here. And
we did have a commenter and
he's
going
down the ye path here.
Yeah. So we've had at least 2 comments. So we've had comments of people who served with him.
Okay.
And people that have worked with him outside of the Army.
Okay.
And we've had 2 separate commenters say that they think it would be good content to have somebody in that mental health profession come on as a guest and analyze his behavior, the way that he talks, the way that he comments about these things.
Okay.
And I haven't figured out who to reach out to yet, but I do think that.
Do you know anybody in the mental health field?
Yeah, of course.
Who would come on a podcast?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who to contact yet, but I think, it would be good content. It might be something, a couple weeks from now that would come out, because trying to schedule and record with somebody and have us both there and give them time to analyze stuff that we want them to talk about is going to take a little bit of time, but
they're going to analyze my skepticism and sarcasm and your anger and aggression also.
I'm not angry. What do I have to be angry about?
Okay.
So as everybody says, it's unhinged. That video is unhinged. The
one that you made me listen to?
Yeah.
That is unhinged behavior for him?
I wouldn't say for him. I'm just saying in general, who talks like that?
I told you he was setting up a narrative. It was very clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt like it was calculated. I didn't think it was necessarily unhinged. I thought it was clearly calculated. And anyways, we're diving into whatever.
So that'll be later today. If you're watching this on Thursday, March 20th. Thursday, March 20th. Mm-hmm. If you're watching this when this episode comes out or listening to this when this episode comes out, this live stream, unless we set up Twitch before then, will only be on YouTube. I do actually have a Twitch account for my business that was used to connect API stuff for clients, for my YouTuber clients back in the day, but they don't use those features anymore. So I have an existing account, and I was looking into, can you do delegate accounts and stuff like that? But we're just going to spin up a whole new channel.
So we are doing a Twitch.
I don't know that we'll actually go through with it.
Oh.
I need to go through the steps of testing it. I'm not committing to it.
Okay.
Giving it, doing due diligence, making sure our equipment and stream that's not going to interfere with the recording, because what matters is the recording.
That's why I said we could do it from my phone or something like that doesn't get used.
Nope, because then you won't be able to watch it. You won't know if it drops. So you'd be like, oh, why?
My laptop?
Huh?
My laptop?
You're going to set your laptop here on the table.
I don't know. I'm asking. I'm just asking you.
No, it needs to be all one thing, one uniform thing.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So check that out. It might be on both places, but for certain, it'll be here on YouTube. There will be a scheduled, if you're subscribed, it'll show up in your feed. It'll say scheduled for 10 a.m. or whatever, 10 a.m. Eastern time on the 20th. That way we have lead time before.
Just you, right?
Do you want to be on
that? When it's regarding Mike Glover, it's just you, right?
Why don't you want to be on it?
It's just going to be him, guys.
So, and if you haven't watched the previous ones, we can't rebroadcast or retransmit. Like I can listen, I can watch, I can tell you guys what's going on, but I can't show you on screen. I can't screen record or anything like that, take screenshots. It has to explicitly be me rehashing, reporting what's going on. So there will be links to the court calendar and everything as well, because this is all public. You can Google it.
So that
yourself.
way you guys can watch it as well.
The case numbers and stuff they're in previous video descriptions. So if you want to go to the Utah courts yourself and look it up and watch it yourself, you're more than welcome to do that. We're doing it as a stream. You can watch it yourself so that you have audio, whatever you want. So yeah, they do know who you are when you do it though. So if you're like, oh, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to record it or whatever, you have to actually sign in and sign up for it. So they will know who you are. They will know where you are.
Gotcha.
I mean, if you use a VPN, there's still ways. People are like, oh, VPN is the solution. It's not though, because your VPN provider knows who you are. You're just, instead of it being your internet provider, it's your VPN provider, and they know it's still known who you are. Anyways, so to wrap up the episode, we had just 2 quick little things. There's a big data breach. A lot of people's computers and stuff were infected, and it was like 2.5 million card numbers were stolen or something like that. So a couple things here that I wanted to hash on. For one, anything online, you should be using a virtual number for, and you should have a virtual number for if you have a bunch of subscription streaming services, you should have a different virtual card number for that. Obviously, I don't know how every bank works, but banks like USAA have adapted this technology years ago. I can go and grab a virtual debit card or credit card number for any of my accounts at any point in time from the app or from their website. There's companies called privacy.com where you can create virtual cards that are linked to your real card. So if that information is ever stolen, right, all you have to do is disable that card. You don't have to order a new debit card every time.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you should also go and visit haveibeenpwned.com and see if any of your information has been included in any of these breaches. You put in your email address, it'll tell you what and where and when, and information. It's a security researcher that runs this site and this service, and it'll tell you everywhere that your information has been found, sold, whatever, traded over the last 20 years or so. Yeah, you can sign up for email notifications too if you want. Privacy.com, haveibeenpwned.com. And yeah. Oh, and the stranded astronauts are finally coming back. So hopefully that'll be sometime this week. People have been confused about what's been going on with that.
Oh, what's confusing?
Because they thought that they were coming back sooner, and then the missions got pushed back and missions were scrubbed. Things were changed, blah, blah, blah. So just last night, at the time of recording this on Sunday, so it happened on Saturday, Crew 10 docked with the station. I've seen people that are confused on X that the Crew 10 capsule is not bringing the astronauts back.
Okay.
What they made it sound like is that a capsule goes up, that crew stays there, and the capsule comes back and leaves them stranded. That's not what happens. The capsule from Crew 9 that's been there is what's bringing them back. So Crew 9 went up 2 astronauts short. They're coming back on Crew 9's capsule. Crew 10 is staying there for their normal mission.
Okay. I can see why it's confusing.
But it's not, though. They, at no point in time, other than Boeing, because they screwed that mission up, at no point in time are there ever astronauts
And
left
how many
stranded.
months ago was this that they screwed
They
up?
went
Like
up in
6
June.
months ago?
They went up in June, 8 months ago. I think it was almost 300 days. They were supposed to be there for 8 days.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
So
Could you imagine
if you look back to
if you agreed to a work trip that was supposed to be a week long and you get stuck there for a whole year?
So let me propose this and ask you this question. So when the Crew Dragon was being tested 6 years ago or so, 5 years ago, it hasn't been that long ago. This is only literally the 10th mission.
Okay.
Why can't I think of their names? I've said it on the show before, and now I can't remember. The 2 astronauts that were on the demo mission that went up, Demo 2, okay? Imagine if it would have happened to them. At that point in time, the U.S. did not have another way to bring them back.
So that they were indefinitely
They would have been stranded there unless the Soviets had a way, or Russia.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So when people are like, oh, it's so great that we have this ability. Yeah, it is great. it's great that SpaceX was able to do this rescue mission, but nobody really thinks back to that mission a couple years ago when they weren't going to have another viable option.
Wow. What do you think the outcome would have been?
The Soviets or Russia would have had to do something, or it would have had to have been SpaceX. They would have had to throw another one together because they had done uncrewed versions because they have to test the docking. They were still using it for delivery. The Cargo Dragon was already flying up there.
Gotcha.
So they already knew that.
It could.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is just shifting from cargo only operations to human operations. Because on the human ship, you need life support. You need all that other stuff. You need the ability to splash
You really
down
want to
safely.
go, don't you?
Huh?
You really want to go, don't you?
I'll never be able to go to the space station because it's being crashed into the ocean in a couple of years.
I know, but you really want to go to space.
Yeah, of course. Everyone does.
No, not me. Not everybody.
Okay. What if you could fly from here to Italy in an hour?
That sounds like a lot of motion and like
It's not, though.
high velocity, and
It's not, though. You'd be
feel like-
weightless for the majority of it.
I feel like it would fuck my body up.
It wouldn't.
I don't know that I would do it. I don't know. That being said, I don't know that I want to get on another airplane anytime soon either. All of these plane crashes, did you see the most recent one? No survivors outside of Greensboro?
Yeah.
Like,
And actually, so funny you say that.
so I don't know. I'm getting a little nervous.
I made a comment
It's
around the crew or the Demo 2 mission when they were that first test flight that was manned. I made a comment because the day before or like hours before was one of the first Starship tests, not the Starship as you know it today, like literally only the ship itself without fins or anything else. They were just lifting off, hovering, and then coming back down and landing on little landing pegs.
okay.
And that came down and exploded. And it was the first one that happened. Or it was like the first test. I was like, could you imagine being the astronauts, knowing the company that you're getting ready to write a demo mission for
It just blew
just
up.
had a ship blow up. And they're like, oh, it's different. It's isolated. I'm like, it's the same company though. It's still the same
Yeah.
nuts and bolts, the same engineers. The same,
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, guys, but I don't know what's happening, but I'm getting a little nervous.
Well, and remember, before we went to Puerto Rico, there were several, and I told you that I wasn't going to tell you about it. So there were multiple before, and there's been a lot more since.
Yeah, it's been a lot more since.
Yeah.
Like it had just started, but it's just continued and escalated and
But
escalated.
there
and
have been
escalated.
more planes than just commercial flights. There's been a lot of military aircraft as well. There was just
There's a few helicopters.
there was just a Chinese, like their brand new, shiny.
I don't know. We probably need to put our tinfoil hats on now because we're going down the conspiracy theories.
Well, they have their brand new like JU-15 or something like that fighter jet, and the pilot got lucky because the plane when it crashed was inverted with the landing gear down or out if you were facing down, but landing gear was out, and the pilot was able to eject somehow. And it crashed, and in true Chinese fashion, it came down on a village of people.
Oh my god!
Because that's where they drop their rocket boosters too.
Oh.
Almost all of their rocket failures end with the booster landing on people's houses and killing people. And what did they do? Because China controls all of their state social media.
They black it out.
Just like Tiananmen Square, they scrub it. They don't, if you post it, police are at your door, your account's locked. Yeah. So it's on American social media. It's already spread.
Wow.
But just like if you try and research or talk about Tiananmen Square in China, like this video, now that I said that, will be inaccessible. Not that they can reach YouTube anyways, traditionally, but yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. People back in the day, this is a trick that I did as well. If you put the link to any of the YouTube videos to the Tiananmen Square massacre, like embed it as a hidden link within the actual code of the website, it would have the website blacklisted by the Chinese firewall, so you don't ever have to worry about Chinese people trying to hack or attack your website. Yeah.
The things you do for fun, Andrew.
It's not for fun. I can remove an entire country of 1 billion people's ability to try and infiltrate my customer's website
Okay.
by putting one simple link, doing this
Okay.
one simple trick that the Chinese government doesn't want you to know about.
Okay.
All
On
right,
that
guys.
note,
Thank you so much for watching. It's been a great first year of the podcast. Tell us what we should do differently. I actually know what a lot of you are going to say, but tell us anyways. Put it in the
what are
comment.
they going to say?
Stop.
Damn. Really?
People are mad about the Glover and Sean Ryan stuff. They just
Who's mad about Sean Ryan?
so we had
but
somebody.
also, I don't know these people. Like, I didn't know any of these people existed until he put them in my face.
Somebody just commented again. They're like, Glover does so much good work for everything and for all these people. Just leave him alone and let him do anything he wants. And I was like, so
they're defending
let him,
abuse?
No, but they said let him do anything he wants because he does good. And they tried to edit their comment because I was like, so he should be allowed to abuse women and children just because he's made a couple good pieces of survival content. And then they tried to come back and say, I never said that. And there were already 3 or 4 other people that responded. And they're like, yeah, you literally did. I have the screenshots.
Damn, what an idiot.
Yep. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Doofus of the week right here. I forgot to say that in the last 2 episodes, but it'll be there.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys.
Goodbye.